I would say every time that a client calls into First National, they have been told by 3 to 5 lenders that they cannot get financing. My name is Kassandra Bellingar. I am a loan officer here at the bank. I do residential mortgages and I've been here since 2016.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Brown. I'm a loan officer in the residential lending department at First National Bank, and I've been with the company for 8 years. We're able to lend on mobile home on land.
A lot of people don't think they can because there's so many restrictions on what you can do with financing a mobile home. But First National is really unique in the fact that we don't have age restrictions, acreage restrictions, and we don't have a restriction on the amount of times that mobile home's been moved. So we are the solution for anything you run into of those restrictions. We can get you financed.
The difference between purchasing a mobile home versus a traditional, single-family stick-built home is that the requirements are a little bit different. So you might need a unique lender like First National.
The biggest thing is that we have to get an affidavit of a fixture. So a single family home is built on that land. It didn't come from somewhere else and get placed there. So that is the only real difference, but we can handle that. We can retire the title if it hasn't been retired. First National makes it easy.
The difference between a manufactured home and a mobile home is really the year.
There's an age issue with Fannie and Freddie on mobile homes. So in, I want to say the early 2000s, late 90s, the Department of Housing and Urban Development came in and said there's a difference between a mobile home and a manufactured home, right? And that issue was that there wasn't HUD plates. So there's an age issue on the mobile. So anything made before 1976 is considered a mobile. In 1976, they made you put HUD plates on manufactured homes. So those are Fannie Freddie able to go with those ones, but not if they were before 1976. So that has caused an issue of people understanding, do I have a mobile home or a manufactured home? Is there a HUD plate somewhere? And a lot of people don't know that if you haven't retired the title on that mobile home, it's not real estate. So you really only have a title to like a car title on your mobile. So it's a lot of educating the client on what is the difference between real estate mobile home, a 1972 mobile home versus a 1976 manufactured home. So you have to do a lot of explaining on that to help the client understand.
We have so many programs here at First National to verify income.
We only require 1 year, so 12 months of income verification. We need a 2-year work history, but we only are going to validate income for 12 months. So we're definitely different. If you just started a business or you switched careers, and you're having a better 24 than you had in 23, we're only going to use your 24 docs at this point. So it's a big game changer for self-employed people who might have a bad year and then a good year, because if you take the average, your income's lower. So that is the difference at First National. We are only going to look at 1 year of your income. The conversation we have up front with our clients is, what do you do for a living? How do you get paid? And then we kind of go and we say, well, this is what we would need to verify income.
We work with W-2, but we also have alternative income programs. We have a 12-month bank statement program. We have a profit and loss program, an expense ratio program. We have an asset program. Even if you have no income, we're able to help. So we can be very flexible here.
I had these really nice couple based out of Florida. They really wanted a mobile home, like so bad. And they kept getting turned down at every lender, right? They're like, no, we can't finance this. It's a 1974. We don't know if it's a fixed, all the issues, right? It's been moved a couple times. And I was like, what do you guys need, right? And they was like, oh, they told me that whole story. It's been moved. We don't know if it's a fix, but we can affix it. Like, how do we move forward, Kassandra? And I was like, how much are you guys willing to put down? They had the down payment. They had plenty of reserves too, which we don't require reserves, but they had it. And then I said, send me the property address. Let's look this up. I'm gonna do a little bit of digging in the county, find out what we can find out. And it was actually real estate. So they got under contract for it. We closed in under 30 days. And I did that loan almost 7 years ago. And they're actually selling that mobile right now. And they're using me as a listing on it to call First National if you guys need a loan on this property. And they're gonna buy a new mobile home.
For our program, you do have to own the land that the mobile home will be sitting on. It has to be affixed to the property.
Essentially, we want to know that the wheels and the hitch are off that mobile and that it's not going anywhere. It's permanently on this foundation, because that is how you offset your risk. Can somebody just come in and with a truck and drive this off of here? No. So we make sure that we have that affixture. It's permanently on this foundation and cannot be moved.
We unfortunately do not lend on mobile homes in parks.
And that's because the land is a leasehold. So we have to have the land as part of the sale with the mobile, so we cannot finance, unfortunately, in mobile home parks.
pretty flexible here at First National. Our minimum credit score is 600.
We do make exceptions sometimes for that based on the situation. We really have a second chance program here for our clients. So credit score is a driver for us, but if the situation or scenario makes sense, we want to make that work. So getting as close to a 600 credit score for financing is best. But I've gotten a couple of 570s, 75s, 598s approved, but we really need that 600 score.
Most of our clients have already been turned down once, twice, sometimes 3 times, and they come and they're frustrated. And we try and be very sympathetic and really communicate so we know why they were turned down. So we want to tackle the obstacle in the beginning, not at the end.
We hear often that the loan officer I talked to at the last 3 banks didn't even take the time to educate me, just wanted me to get off the phone as fast as possible. So at First National, we really try to educate and make them feel comfortable, and this is the place for you, and we're going to be your lender for the life of the loan, and if you need another loan, we're always going to be here to help you. So it's the time that we take up front to put somebody's worries at ease and to give them clarity on, we can get this done for you. So that, I feel like, is different. We set ourselves apart from other lenders because we take that time up front. So I have this woman in Florida. She had such a rough time with financing. She's self-employed, runs a daycare out of her house. Any bank could not verify her income. They just kept saying, you don't have W-2s, you don't have pay stubs. And, well, obviously she's a business owner. Why would she have those things, right? And they were doing a 2-year average of her income, and nobody could solve it for her. She was upset. She's like, I need a larger house. My daycare has grown. I have this dream. I have over $150,000 to put down. How do we get this done, right? And so we did a bank statement loan for her, and easily able to verify her income. And I've done 3 loans for her total in my career. She's kept coming back because we can figure out her income. We can verify things. We have a totally different income underwriting program that's outside of the box. So rewarding because she was so stuck and she couldn't find anybody to help her. And she had already bought and sold 2 or 3 houses before she came to me. And she's like, why am I getting so hung up? So that was super rewarding. She calls me still to just bounce ideas off of me. How do I get this done, Kassandra? So she's been a client of mine for life now.
Choosing the right lender is very important. It really is about knowing your situation and what lender, can work with it. We're a non-QM, so we specialize in helping borrowers in unique situations. We're an out-of-the-box lender where we come up with solutions to help those clients that can't qualify conforming, fit into our box. And so I would say knowing your situation, calling different lenders, educating yourself, and finding the best lender for your situation.
If you find a particular mobile home that you're interested in, find out if it's affixed, find out if it's real estate, find out if the land is with the sale, because those are the questions that really matter to your lender. We need to know that this is a fee simple transaction. The land and the mobile are going with that house. You need to ask, has this been retired? Is this permanently affixed to this property? It cannot be moved, right? Those are the big things we need to know as a lender, because that's going to give us the go-ahead if we can lend on that property for you or not.
The quicker you get us the documents, the quicker we can get you pre-qualified. Our turnaround time for pre-qualification is typically between 24 and 48 hours. If you don't get us those documents, it's going to take longer to get pre-qualified. It's going to take longer to get that loan approved and closed.
A lot of buyers, and I would say this is like general for every American consumer, are not educated on the mortgage buying process. They house buying, mortgage loans, they don't know where to go, what to turn to. What do I need to do? What do I need to have? Do I need reserves? Do I need proof of my rent? Do I need proof of my mortgage payments? I mean, really the general public does not understand what you need to do to get a loan. It's knowing what docs you need, what credit scores you need, how much down payment is necessary. It's a lot of things that we're not taught in school that we're just expected to know as adults. So calling a loan officer, making yourself vulnerable and asking questions is so important because we are here to help. To get the process started, you should head to www.fnba.com/mortgage.
You can call the customer service number or click on one of my teammates and somebody on our team will help you get started.